Stafford has yet to participate in training camp, and head coach Sean McVay says, quote, we're trying to get our hands around this, and hopefully we'll be in alignment on getting him back out on the field. McVay also adding Stafford will conduct a workout on Saturday. Meantime, Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh announced quarterback Justin Herbert will make his season debut and start Saturday against the Rams. Harbaugh added Khalil Mack and Jordan James are the only two starters not expected to play. Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown has missed several practices with a hamstring injury. Head coach Nick Sirianni saying, Brown is, quote, working through some things, and the goal is to have everybody ready for week 1. And Lions tight end Sam Laporta is expected to miss some time with an undisclosed injury. However, head coach Dan Campbell doesn't consider it major. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends?
I can tell you drove high.
Parents?
I can tell when you drive high.
Relatives?
I can tell. You drove your high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO. El Centro, California. Happy Friday. Friday, August 15th, 2025. I mentioned earlier the first of the 3-day Woodstock Music and Art Fair. Yeah. I missed that one. That's okay. I wouldn't have gone anyway. I don't like people. No. No, especially don't like being in a big crowd. So, what is going on these days? Lots of things. Things starting up around the valley. Well, school is getting underway. High school football, the kickoff classic tomorrow with Brawley being involved. And a week from today, the other high schools will be getting underway with the 2025 season. So kind of looking forward to that. Well, here's some news. Yeah, a team of student engineers at the University of Warwick in the United Kingdom have developed a car that runs on human waste. Yeah. I'm going to bet you that new car smell doesn't last very long. Okay. What the heck? It's progress, I suppose. I'm Carroll in the newsroom. It is Jared Anchondo. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Carroll.
Made it to a Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to drop about 10 or even more degrees into the weekend as far as the temperatures.
I'm already feeling it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we'll get a little bit more of the humidity, but hey, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, right?
There we go.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I'll take 6 of the glazed donuts and a half dozen of the bear claws, okay? Okay, and be on the lookout, Stellantis. That's the corporate name for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Stellantis says a custom mechanical bull shaped like a truck engine was stolen last weekend in Pontiac, Michigan. The bucking Hemi was taken from Roadkill Nights on Saturday. The mechanical bull introduced just a few months ago at Michigan Speedway to mark the automaker's return to NASCAR. Yeah, the company is urging anyone with information to contact police. By anyone, I'm assuming we're talking rednecks here, right? Okay, birthdays.
Yeah. You've got a Hemi.
Yeah, got a Hemi in the, a bucking Hemi. Whoopee! Okay, birthdays. Actor Pat Priest, the normal one on the Munsters. She is 89. Drummer Pete York of the Spencer Davis Group, 83. Linda Ellerby is 81. I mentioned my old friend Jimmy Webb is 79. Singer-guitarist Tom Johnston of the Doobie Brothers, 77. Actor Phyllis Smith, 76. Actor Tess Harper, 75. Larry Matthews, the little boy in the Dick Van Dyke Show, is 70. Actor Zelko Avenek is 68. Actor Rondell Sheridan is 67. Actor Peter Herman, 58. Actor Deborah Messing, 57. Actor Anthony Anderson, 55. Actor Ben Affleck, 53. Actor Natasha Henstridge is 51. Actor Emily Kinney, 41. Actor Courtney Hope, 36. Joe Jonas of the Jonas Brothers, 36. Actor-singer Carlos Canavega is 36. Actor Jennifer Lawrence, 35. Local birthdays coming up.
Luke's Gretna Green Wedding Chapel in Yuma has been family and locally owned for over 80 years. It's where Hollywood stars and celebrities would come to avoid the big city environment, and you'll receive the same service too, with dignity and affordability. Marriage licenses are available, with weddings performed 7 days a week. You'll love the surroundings for that special moment. Call today, 928-783-4301. Luke's Gretna Green Wedding Chapel, 500 West 1st Street in Yuma.
We have happy birthday wishes for Luis Ariano Sr., Amanda Reese, Edith Mesa, Lucy Nogales, Pete Rios, Refugio Minero, Henry Zamaripa, Celeste Campos, Evan Kennedy, Bertha Carreño, Norma Guerrero, Joe Trujillo, Myrna Rios, Linda Rubin, Mario Cruz, and triplets, Zacchaeus, Jessica, and Albert Donner. Happy birthday from KXO. We don't often get triplets. Okay, in the news, Bobby Kennedy says teenage boys are so out of shape they have less testosterone than a 68-year-old man. Okay, and if you remember earlier this week, our president ordered all schools to bring back the president's physical fitness test. And I'm kind of figuring the first fitness test takes place tonight in Washington, D.C. to see if those teenage boys can outrun the National Guard. We'll keep an eye on that for you. We'll keep you updated what's going on not only around the neighborhood with our local news or in California with California news headlines, but CBS News on the hour as well. So, anyway, you got plans for the weekend, Jared?
Not much. Just, we'll get in these last days of summer.
Okay. Yeah, enjoy. Go out in the backyard and get one of those reflective shields and work on your tan, right?
Yeah, you cook.
Okay. We've got news. We're going to jump in with a look at World and California news headlines right now, brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. They deliver real-time updates about the air that we breathe, including the smoke and haze moving into the valley.
CBS News Brief. President Trump is on his way to Alaska for a high-stakes summit with Russia's Vladimir Putin on the war in Ukraine. Mr. Trump told reporters on Air Force One.
We get along. There's a good respect level on both sides, and I think, something's going to come of it.
Ukrainian President Zelensky wasn't invited. He says he's counting on President Trump to convince Putin to end the war. Alaska's Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski.
I am not one who is expecting that there's going to be an announcement at some point saying the war is over.
Washington, D.C.'s Attorney General filed a lawsuit this morning to try to stop President Trump's federal takeover of the district's police force. CBS's Scott McFarlane.
The standoff comes, though, as 800 National Guard troops begin a second full day deployed here.
New blood pressure guidelines from the AMA recommend no more than 2 alcoholic drinks a day for men and no more than 1 for women. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, And there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news. Democratic legislative leaders planning to unveil their proposed congressional district maps today, approve them, and announce the date of a special election next week. Governor Gavin Newsom insisting he's been forced into it by President Trump.
We can't stand back and watch this democracy disappear district by district all across this country, not just in Texas.
Outside the governor's news conference in Los Angeles, ICE agents conducting more immigration enforcement activities. Democratic Congressman Brad Sherman accusing the Trump administration of trying to look like tough guys.
Are they here to arrest the governor and the senators? I'm sure Trump would like to. And he seems to regard these ICE agents as his own personal political police.
ICE officials are insisting they were merely conducting enforcement activities in an area they've been in for weeks. The King Fire near Pyramid Lake has burned 577 acres of land and is 40% contained. Started early Thursday east of the 5 freeway and south of State Route 138 in Gorman. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org. You'll get real-time information about the air that we are breathing.
Some things can steal your sunshine. I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the glue is broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more. I just took a COVID test. Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains August 15th through the 18th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's page one of the local news. Page one of service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 in Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. And, of course, mobile service vans that come to you.
Back to school Monday. The new school year begins Monday at most schools in the county. Here's George Gale.
Preparation has mostly been back-to-school shopping. Some say safety should be a priority discussion as well before the new school year begins. Reach Air Medical Services says families should make safety a top priority during the busy back-to-school season. Parents should review safety rules for walking, biking, and riding the bus, including keeping a safe distance from school buses, using crosswalks, wearing the properly fitted helmets, and ensure children wear reflective clothing for visibility. For children home alone after school, review emergency contacts, calling 911, and walk through various scenarios together. Preparation can make all the difference. The new school year should be exciting, and it also should be safe. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
U.S. Geological Survey says there is a 3.1 magnitude earthquake at about 1:35 this morning, with the epicenter 18 miles south of Mexicali. KXO News Time, 7:42.
Here's an idea. When your vehicle is just sitting there, whether it's at work or at home, and it needs service, let our mobile service come to you. Hey, this is Lauren at El Centro Motors. Whether it's batteries or brakes or tire rotation or an oil change or pretty much any need that your vehicle has, let us come to you. By utilizing our mobile service, it's easy. Just give us a phone call. We'll get your appointment set. Or if you prefer, you can visit us at one of our 3 conveniently located quick lanes for any and all of your service needs.
Serial shoplifter. No, I'm not talking about Cheerios. 34-year-old arrested in Calexico. Here's George Gale.
Junior Alejandro Gil is suspected of dozens of shoplifting incidents. In the latest incident, Wednesday, suspect was captured on security video stealing gaming computers and other merchandise before running out an emergency exit. Police found him at the port of entry, where he was detained and placed under arrest. He's suspected of stealing over $22,000 worth of merchandise, $9,000 of which was taken from the Plexico Walmart alone. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
County elections workshops are continuing. The workshops are on the draft election administration plan. Elections Department is hosting the workshop to gain public comments and questions surrounding the EAP, the election administration plan. The workshop began earlier in the month. On Monday, there will be another workshop. It'll be held at the Brawley Teen Center behind the Alliance Center, beginning at 6 p.m. Again, that'll be Monday. And the workshops wrap up on August 27th. That will be the final workshop, and it'll be held at the Calipatria City Council Chambers at 6 p.m. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and the weather. Coming up next.
Page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you don't need an appointment, but you can schedule an appointment for Quick Lane or for the mobile service vans. Just go on elcentromotors.net.
Looking to impact people's lives and your future? Complete H&R Block income tax and chart a course for your personal and professional growth with the El Centro and Brawley H&R Block offices. Better yet, the self-paced online classes allow you to gain essential tax knowledge on your own schedule. Registration opens August 11th. For classes starting September 8th, sign up online at hnrblock.com/corporate/income tax course. That's hnrblock.com/corporate/income tax course. Enrollment restrictions and course material fees apply. Enrollment in or completion of the H&R Block income tax course is neither an offer nor a guarantee of employment.
Page 2 of the local news, a service of Imperial Valley Food Bank. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
City of El Centro announces third year of wall engravings. Here's George Gale.
They are for the First Responders Wall, a tribute located at First Responders Park on North Waterman Avenue. The wall honors the brave men and women who have dedicated their lives to keeping communities safe. Each honoree will be commemorated with a 13-inch by 5-inch engraved granite plaque permanently installed on the wall. Eligible honorees include peace officers, firefighters, paramedics, emergency medical technicians, and public safety dispatchers who have served in Imperial County and meet the established criteria. Applications must be submitted in person to the City of El Centro Economic Development Division on West Main Street no later than September 12th. Cost is $350 per plaque. Eligibility and submission requirements are detailed in the official application form available at the City of El Centro website. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
CBP San Diego Field Office, July narcotic seizures have been tallied up. The field office covers San Diego and Imperial counties. They say they ended July with more than $32 million in narcotic seizures. That is over 9,800 pounds of narcotics. During July, CBP officers seized 6,677 pounds of methamphetamine, 2,850 pounds of cocaine, and 326 pounds of fentanyl, and 27 pounds of heroin in the month of July. Board action. The Imperial County Board of Supervisors met on Tuesday. Here's George Gale.
Among the actions taken were the approval of over $2 million in funding the Operation Stone Garden program under the Imperial County Sheriff's Office. Program provides support for local efforts that strengthen border security and enhance public safety by supporting local law enforcement operations. Board also approved the expenditure of $2,001 to support the Imperial Valley 9/11 Memorial event and stair climb on September 6th. The event honors those lost in the September 11, 2001 terrorist attack. The 9/11 event promotes a community unity as well as providing an opportunity to participate in a tribute to first responders. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And speaking of 9/11, there will be the annual Ruck March for 9/11. It's a memorial to 9/11. The public is encouraged to participate. It will be Saturday, September 6th at 6 a.m. at the VFW in Imperial. Ruck marching to the American Legion in El Centro. Those completing the march will be awarded with a patch at the finish line. The march is to honor the patriots of 9/11. For those who cannot walk the distance, they are invited to gather at the American Legion Post 25 at 8:30 a.m. to welcome those completing the march. There will be appetizers and hors d'oeuvres and baked goods. Have a drink and honor those fallen patriots and their families. The event is open to the public and no sign-up is required. KXO News Time, 7:48. We'll take a look at weather coming up next.
My name is Sarah Griffin, and I'm the Executive Director of the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially for those struggling to find their next meal. As a monthly donor, you can help the Imperial Valley Food Bank purchase food in bulk to meet the growing needs of the more than 25,000 people we serve each month at over 30 locations. Even small monthly gifts can go a long way in helping fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley. Please consider giving monthly by donating online at www.ivfoodbank.org.
The National Weather Service says temperatures will drop into a seasonal normal range through the weekend before readings rebound back above normal by the middle of next week. Our high yesterday, 112. The overnight low, 77. Today, sunny with a high near 106. Light and variable wind becoming south-southeast, 5 to 10 miles an hour this afternoon. Tonight, clear with a low around 78. South-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north-northeast after midnight. Saturday, look for sunny skies with a high near 104. North-northeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest in the afternoon. Sunday, sunny with a high near 104. Northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast in the afternoon. Look for haze and smoke throughout the weekend in the Imperial Valley. Right now we have 85 degrees, 70% relative humidity, wind out of the east-southeast at 5 to 7 miles an hour. Air quality good everywhere except moderate in Westmoreland. Yeah, well, go figure. Local news, page 2, presented by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
Y'all ready for this?
Are you ready for football?
Are you ready for it?
Get ready for the Rams.
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams on FM 107.5. An offense led by Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams, Tyler Higbee, and a shutdown defense put the Rams in the race for the Super Bowl. Catch all the Los Angeles Rams games on FM 107.5. And on AM 1230, we have over 50 primetime NFL games. Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night is on AM 1230. No streaming fees. Tune in on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 free. Don't forget high school football. The Imperial Valley's most experienced coverage of high school football on AM 1230 and on our Facebook page. John Triple and Carroll Buckley bring you the Centro Spartans over Southwest Eagles, while Mickey Dale and Jorge Grijalva will once again bring the Imperial Tigers to your ears.
Are you ready?
Football alive and well with the Rams on FM 107.5, NFL primetime, and high school action on AM 1230 and Facebook. And it's Sports Time, brought to you by the newly formed Imperial Valley Healthcare District, combining 2 hospitals to better serve you. Major League Baseball action last night, it was the Diamondbacks dumping the Rockies 8-2. Meanwhile, in 11 innings, the Tigers topped the Twins 4-3. Braves beat the Mets 4-3. Nationals nipped the Phillies 3-2. Guardians, they beat Marlins 9-4. Blue Jays edged the Cubs 2-1, and the Orioles over the Mariners 5-3. Coming up this weekend, a 3-game set. The Padres visiting the Dodgers, opening up tonight. It will be Clayton Kershaw on the hill for the Dodgers. Michael King was scratched, so where it is, it's liable to be a committee pitching matchup for the Padres.
Big changes are happening in Imperial Valley. The newly formed Imperial Valley Healthcare District is paving the way for a healthier future. By uniting El Centro Regional Medical Center and Pioneers Memorial Hospital, we're creating a stronger, more connected healthcare system, one that's built to serve you. Together, we're expanding services, strengthening care, and building a sustainable future for all residents of Imperial Valley. The Imperial Valley Healthcare District. Stronger together, healthier tomorrow.
And taking a look at more baseball, Phillies manager Rob Thompson said yesterday he will utilize a six-man rotation beginning this weekend when Aaron Nola returns from the injured list. Nola is lined up for the series finale Sunday at Washington. And after dealing with injuries for much of last season, Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love did not want to go into this year with any nagging ailment, so he underwent surgery on his left thumb this week after he sustained a ligament injury in the preseason opener last Saturday. Love said the surgery, which took place in Los Angeles Tuesday, was to repair his ulnar collateral ligament. But that was in the elbow. Don't forget, Rams football tomorrow. Rams-Chargers on FM 107.5 starting at 4 o'clock. That's it for Sports Time. Brought to you by the newly formed Imperial Valley Healthcare District. Stronger together and paving the way for a healthier future.
Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs. From business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather, all brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you, your home, your business, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Americans are more worried about inflation and unemployment after the new trade deals have left tariffs at their highest level in decades, but we're still opening our wallets, boosted by low unemployment and improving consumer sentiment. Spending at U.S. retailers rose 0.5% in July, according to the Commerce Department. That's down from June's upwardly revised 0.9% gain and in line with economists' expectations. Retail sales are adjusted for seasonal swings, but not inflation. Consumer sentiment plummeted in the spring as President Donald Trump carried out his erratic trade war, but Americans haven't cut back. Consumers are still powering the U.S. economy with their spending, which contributes about 70% of economic output. And it may finally happen. Alex Jones' far-right platform InfoWars can be sold once again to help pay the more than $1 billion he owes the families of Sandy Hook shooting victims, according to a Texas District Court judge. Judge Maya Guerra Gamble said in a Wednesday hearing that InfoWars' parent company, Free Speech Systems, will be turned over to a court-appointed receiver who will be responsible for selling the assets and using the proceeds to pay Jones' debts to the Sandy Hook families. The right-wing commentator Jones claimed the Sandy Hook shootings were a hoax. Taking a look at the big board right now, what we see, it's a little bit mixed. The Dow right now up 27 points at 44,941. The S&P 500 off 16 points at 6,452. The NASDAQ down 314 at 21,627. Gold down $20.30 an ounce. Oil off 74 cents per barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in the Imperial Valley and Coachella Valley. The mission has always been to protect your property, whether it's your home, business, or construction site. Your satisfaction is their #1 priority. Make that phone call today to protect your property by calling Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 760-970-4500. And don't forget about Southwest Postal, your one-stop shipping center. Plus, they offer you 24-hour mailbox rental located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro.
It will be sunny today with a high near 106, light and variable wind becoming south-southeast 5 to 10 miles an hour this afternoon. Tonight clear, a low around 78, south-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming north-northeast after midnight. Saturday, it will be sunny with a high near 104, north-northeast wind about 5 miles an hour becoming south-southwest in the afternoon. Look for continuing haze and smoke moving into the valley through the weekend. And right now, downtown, 87 degrees, 65% relative humidity, wind out of the east-southeast 7 to 10, air quality moderate in Westmoreland, good everywhere else. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Postal Service, the valley's only postal box service that offers 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, Elson.
Crispy cheese toast, buttery cheese toast, crunchy cheese toast, delicious cheese toast, fluffy cheese toast, unlimited cheese toast with every meal at Sizzler's Family Steakhouse. We go with
the best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump is on his way to Alaska in a meeting with Russia's Vladimir Putin.
We get along. There's a good respect level on both sides, and I think, something's going to come of it.
And CBS News White House correspondent Nancy Cordes.
The best-case scenario, according to the Ukrainians, would be for Putin to finally agree to a full temporary ceasefire today, in the air and on the ground, which would pave the way for more permanent, more detailed talks about an end to this war.
And President Trump has indicated peace in Ukraine has to be worked out by Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky. CBS's Margaret Brennan.
If Vladimir Putin can dangle something like that of interest to the U.S. and keep talking, he may be able to call this a success. And that's what Ukraine fears, is that something dangled to President Trump by this former KGB agent may stretch this out into diplomacy that ultimately can weaken Ukraine.
CBS's Sabina Castelfranco says a key global figure has weighed in ahead of the summit.
Pope Leo spoke outside the papal summer residence in the hills south of Rome and called for an immediate ceasefire in Ukraine. The violence, the many deaths must stop, Pope Leo said. After all this time, what is the purpose of war?
Washington, D.C. is suing the federal government over the moves this week made by President Trump. CBS's Michael Wallace.
The suit was filed hours after Attorney General Pam Bondi named the DEA commissioner the district's emergency police chief, leaving D.C. officers unsure who their boss is. D.C. officials are telling them to ignore the feds and follow the orders of their district's chief. The lawsuit calls the federal takeover unlawful and the gravest threat to home rule the district has ever faced.
California Democrats are due to release a new redistricting proposal for the state today. Texas Democrats are preparing to return home after Republicans end their current special session, yet to approve a new GOP map for the state that could help them gain 5 more Republican seats in Washington. It's now Hurricane Erin churning in the Atlantic. The storm just upgraded moments ago. Meteorologist Craig Allen.
It looks like the current track will continue to keep the storm or the center of Erin just to the north of the Leeward Islands.
Rapper Sean Kingston scheduled to be sentenced in South Florida today after being convicted of a $1 million fraud scheme. He and his mother were each convicted by a federal jury. Prosecutors said they used social media to make major purchases and sometimes not pay the bill. Wall Street. Right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 29. The S&P is down 16. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you.
Right now, you can save big with T-Mobile's phone and home internet bundle. Visit your local store to learn more.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on an analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers, and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing up to $20 a monthly bill credits plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
There's a postscript to this week's Kennedy Center event.
I need you to trust me one last time.
Several current and former Kennedy Center employees tell the Washington Post Tom Cruise was on President Trump's wish list of honorees for this year's awards, but he declined, citing scheduling conflicts. No confirmation from the actor's rep. The president, who seized control of the institution earlier this year, announced his list of honorees this week. They include George Strait, Kiss, Michael Crawford, Gloria Gaynor, and Sylvester Stallone. The ceremony takes place December 7th. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The human ancestor fossil known as Lucy has left Ethiopia for a display in a European museum. Lucy's skeleton, about 40% complete, will be displayed at the Czech National Museum in Prague for about 2 months. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Classic case of neurotic narcissism and a first-class smarty pants.
AM 1230 KXO.